Lucas,
Oh, hello.
how do you do?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I am moisturized. I'm thriving. I'm in my lane. I baked bread.
You did bake bread. You bake bread a lot. How often do you think you bake?
I think I get bread probably once a month or so.
Yeah, I would have thought less, but
Well, I'm trying to break up with carbohydrates. I'm trying to be carb sober. Welcome to the Let's Get Bread podcast.
I'm so bored.
Oh,
To that line from your book.
Welcome to the Let's Get Bread podcast, where we talk about all things love, sex, food, religion. Take your pick. We're probably going to talk about it. I'm Everett Roberts. You know me. You love me. This is Lucas Miller. He's here. And today we have a very special guest.
Special indeed.
In that he took a long time to finish school and it was really expensive. Everybody, welcome to the pod. One of my favorite breadwinners. It's Jason Bornstein.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm ready. I'm plugged, and you guys can leave me a present in the back whenever.
Okay.
That's the double entendre, right?
You're not being paid for this appearance. I'd like you to understand.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I meant your ejaculate. Okay.
You better start that right now. You better stop.
That's a great top. I just want everyone to know.
Oh, Everett, what was the Jinx quote about Monet pushing a couch? That's like pretty, or no, who was it? Jada Essence Hall pushing a couch.
Jada is like a top. It's just like she's so little.
Yeah. Pushing. It'd be like her
So her
pushing a
top-
couch,
yeah.
like topping Monet.
The old JD Vance. Yes, that reference completely missed me. Anyway, Jason, how are you?
I'm good, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard
You're
to
at the
answer
end of Western
question.
civilization, at the collapse of the Republic.
Listen, things are going really well for everybody.
Yeah.
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 Iran is falling. The only
Yeah.
that's not falling is our
I
president.
mean, seriously. we took over Venezuela,
We took over Venezuela.
and we've already got Venezuela at home.
Yeah.
And, it's hard to, just sort of grit your teeth and get through the day.
Yeah.
But Jason, I'd like to point out, does that by staying extremely well hydrated. He is never without a Stanley Cup.
I like a Stanley Cup.
He loves
I'm sorry. And I'm late to the trend. So
Yeah, but he has beaten 3 people to death with it, and counting.
too soon. Too soon. She opened a club. She did.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to edit.
By the way,
that
I
out.
take full responsibility for this collaboration, by the way. Because I think,
Interesting.
I think it's because of me.
How come?
That you guys
Explain.
brought this together. Well, we met at an open mic,
Mm-hmm.
and I just remember you, Lucas, getting up on there, and I forgot I don't remember what
It was about Shigella.
Oh yeah, that was a long run of the Shigella. I remember at a certain point I was like, "We get it, you fuck." But
Homeless, gross people.
but you were
Parasites.
so disgusting. But you were getting up there and you were complaining about something like not being able to get a date or something like that, and I was like, "Yeah, because you did it to yourself because of that haircut." But like, because I was like, this handsome guy's up there being like, "Move sucks." I was like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like. And so I think that was our introduction.
It actually was the first mic I ever did with you. You got up after me, and listener, I will let you know.
Not
it was a
immediately
little-
after. There was a break.
There was like maybe 3 comics in between us, and it was a little more nuanced than I can't get a date, woe is me type shit. But then I just remember being like, just red for Phil. And that was the end of the mic. Like, it was like, all right, thanks for coming out, everyone. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck me.
Yeah, Jason is possibly one of the most toxic people I know.
That's rich coming from you.
Yeah, and it's the thing that he and I connected
The most
over that, and we have a shared enemy who will go nameless.
nameless.
Who is a horrible, horrible, eldritch, baleful influence in the LA comedy scene and should be avoided at all costs. Jason and I.
Touring.
Oh God!
She's touring. I went.
Everybody, hide your
Can't
kids,
say.
hide your wife. Jason and I have bonded very, very deeply over how much we despise this third person.
Mimi Landrew listens to this. Okay, you guys be nice.
All that is just to say, sometimes God sends us angels in disguise. Sometimes
Amen. And we all say it.
And Jason is one of them angels that barely fits into that disguise, but I'm fond of him any which way he slices it.
I've lost 60 pounds, you fucking asshole.
I'm gonna set a precedent right here and now. You 2 kids have to behave. I'm sitting right in between both of you, and I'm not mediating this bullshit. This happens every time you get together. If you can't play nice, you can't play at all. Okay.
Okay.
Jason.
Thanks, Jen.
you also, despite how vicious
Bad
you
of a
are-
person I am.
Yeah, I get this critique a lot from people. I get this note a lot from
That you're a bad person?
yes, I am frequently accused of being a bad person, but people are often surprised when I tell them I'm sober.
Sure.
Are they also shocked because
Yes.
yeah? And tell us a bit more about
I think they assume that I'm already drunk.
yeah.
Well, I think it's because I do have a habit in my personal life of like not projecting. So every now and then I'll just like, I mean, I was a kid that was like told a lot, you're loud. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
so I'm going to learn how to not do that when I don't need to.
Oh, and when did you unlearn that?
When I met you.
You know what's funny about that? I feel like I got that too. And what I think that translates to is you're just gay.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were just talking, you sounded
Wait, you're
different.
gay?
Me? I mean, a little bit. I'm trying not to be.
Don't tone it down, Mary. My
I
God.
watched 10 minutes of football. That was enough.
Oh my God. But this is maybe the one thing that I've
Well, I don't know your sobriety origin story. Orange story.
my orange story for sobriety.
But Lucas, you're not.
I'm sober.
Yeah. So you.
Well, from alcohol, yeah. I quit
From
drinking
alcohol.
2 years ago. You knew that.
No, I did not.
We went to a show at the Comedy Store, and I remember it very vividly because it set you up for a really good joke of yours,
Thank
actually,
you.
about the wind.
Yes.
And well, just walk us through that joke quick.
Yeah.
Oh, the Comedy Store is the meanest place in comedy. They're nasty to you, whatever. But we were in there, and some comic, was doing crowd work, and they came over to us, and I was like, "Don't." And they started talking to us, and they're like, "Are we together?" And all of a sudden, I feel wind, but it was just Lucas, furiously taking his head side to side,
Which is
as if to be like, "I will never fuck him."
it's a funny joke, but that was so not true. But I approve of it because it worked for your bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, that night I remember being like, because they do a 2-drink minimum, and I remember saying to you, I was like,
Right? Okay.
I'm gonna get soda just to let you know, and you're like, oh, I don't drink. And
I
it's
must have been so like overwhelmed by whatever was happening at that point that I just completely tuned out, because they were like, we can't take, we don't take card for tickets. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So I had to leave the Comedy Store, go out to an ATM that was like on the side of the building.
Yes.
Then came back in. Yeah. And then I tried to pay in cash at the end of the night, and they went, we don't take cash.
What? Somebody just hates you at the store.
And I was like, I'm never coming back here again.
Actually, we did go back again for a set of the night on a Sunday, and I remember halfway through, you're like, I gotta go.
I gotta leave.
Our potluck. Yeah.
I was like, dude, does that mean I have to go? And you're like, well, I'm your ride.
Did I drive? That's so funny.
Jason is very generous in that way. He's always willing to.
Yeah. If I finish first, you're walking the rest of the way, as far as I'm concerned.
What is your journey with sobriety?
I went to rehab in 2014.
Work, bitch.
Yeah. I did it.
You better work.
It was dramatic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You have another fabulous bit about
Tell me.
rehab. Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, yeah. So I went to an outpatient. We can get more into my story, but I went to an outpatient in Hollywood, and this girl, I could have sworn, she was like, I'm not going to say her real name. She was like, my name's Sarah. And I was like, that's Alicia Silverstone. And so I just spent months harassing this poor woman. I was like, so, I'm clueless. What am I doing here? Just whatever. I'm a virgin. I can't die. Whatever. Just stupid shit. And then I ran into Alicia Silverstone. This is true. I ran into her about a year ago, and I was like, hey, it's so good to see you. And I was like, wait, you're a different person. So that real name was actually Sarah, but it wasn't Alicia Silverstone. And she's like weird and MAGA now, so I kind of feel fine.
really?
Alicia Silverstone is?
Oh dear.
What?
Yeah.
That breaks my heart.
I know, but this is the thing that I wish more people knew, is that sobriety does not necessarily make you a better person.
Nope.
Actually, thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of people, when they get sober, develop a God complex because they never fixed their mental issues
Yeah.
No.
and their personality disorder. Yeah.
Everett.
We both look at your... Actually, this is your intervention. honey.
Listener, they both actually craned their necks over to look at
We
me.
need
and
to up
go,
your lithium dose.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to say.
But Jason you are, again, when I see you at a show, usually it's going to be a delightful time. But I know when it's a mic, when it's like we're still working shit out, I'm like, oh, this is going to be A, it's going to be unhinged. B, it's going to be fabulous. C, it's going to be just no holds barred. We're really getting in up to the elbow.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate that from you.
I couldn't tell at the last one we were at if you like wanted to sit next to me or if it was just like, I guess I'll sit here. Because I think I spent those 2 hours just leaning over every now and then being like, what the fuck?
A 2-hour mic down.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. Beth Stelling's Punch Up Mic. Fabulous mic.
And she's great. So
Oh, Beth,
trust her.
utterly lovely.
Yeah. If I was in her position, I can get back to sobriety. But like, it would be really hard for me to not be like, why are you doing this? You should quit.
And I mean, some of those things include drinking and drugs. And,
Yes.
Whoa,
that was a good transition. You should be a teacher.
call me Caitlyn Jenners because this transition is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and how many people cling to comedy as a lifeline in the same way some might cling to alcohol, but it not be good for them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
very similar.
I wonder if that's my problem. I'm not
It
sure I
is.
love
It
your
is.
tone, but
Everett's delightful and funny. So just in case your fans don't already know that.
I mean, let's not say delightful.
those charges won't stick. They won't hold up in a court of law, but I appreciate
can.
you saying it. I don't know.
You can use your powers for good. I have faith in you.
Don't be ridiculous.
I was just saying, I just said this to my friend Eric the other day. I was like, Everett is absolutely not nice, but he's generous and thoughtful.
Yeah, I think you got away, and I think I have a superpower in like getting away with stuff that other people can't. But you really get away with shit that other people can't.
I think you get away with more than I do.
I don't think so.
I've seen you.
People still like you after the fact. People don't like me after the fact.
I don't know if that's true. I've got enemies.
Name names. I need to know.
Mimi Landry.
Mimi Landrew now.
No, who is that? Do I know?
She's from Alabama, country fried,
You know her.
delightful blonde
Pretty
comedian.
big-boobed blonde comedian.
Well, I was going to describe her by her qualities and such. I see you just vulgarly described her body. That's fine.
I'm probably going to get married to Mimi, so that's
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Lavender Marriage.
Oh,
yeah. But this took a turn. Okay. Sobriety.
Back to sobriety. Back to
Back
sobriety.
to sobriety. Jason, talk to me about how fucking hard it is to stay sober when you do comedy.
How is it? Well, it's I got it through it by talking shit. That's my non-sobriety. I think people would refer to me as like a dry drunk. I think that's what it is. They'd be like, you should be more nice. And I'd be like, no.
So you went to rehab in 2014.
I went to rehab in 2014, June
Did it stick
2014.
ever since then, or did you have any?
I haven't had to go back.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah,
Now, were you committed or did you choose to go?
both.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So my last run, this is the gayest story ever. It's not that gay actually. But so I was doing cocaine. That was like my drug of choice.
Never heard of it.
Have you ever?
Is it nice?
Until you get like an extra hole in your nose.
Oh dear.
I think you'd be really into heroin. Like if I had to give you a drug.
I wish that opium was a little more accessible sometimes. It seems romantic to me.
It kind of is though. You could go to like Sprouts right now and just get some kava.
Do they sell it at Sprouts?
It's not opium, but like kava, which is almost a narcotic.
Anyway, neither here nor there. Okay, so you were
I was doing cocaine.
Cocaine.
And I'd been doing it on and off for about a year for a while because cocaine gets expensive. So forced breaks.
Oh, I see.
Forced breaks.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like a week before it, on my last run, I was like, I'm going to take a break. Like,
My last
I don't
run.
need to do it anymore. Well, I mean, that's really what it was. I mean, when you do an 8-ball in an evening, that's a run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was watching the Tony Awards. This is so good. Don't.
Like a gentleman's guide to murder has to win.
No. It was Idina Menzel's performance, always starting over.
Awful.
If then stop. Well,
If then is like the girls that know.
yeah.
They like that show.
It was that song. It was that performance. And it wasn't like the most pitch perfect thing, but I found it really moving. And I was just like sobbing to myself on the couch. And I was like, I got to go to my dealer. That's what I did. And that was the last night I ever did cocaine.
Would you say that was rock bottom? Because I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
If then is the punctuation on your drug use.
Could you imagine? It's like I saw the whiz and I knew.
That's amazing.
So stupid.
Yeah.
So that's tied to my sobriety forever.
That's Idina Menzel, you have hurt many of us.
Adele Azib.
Adele
Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem, you have hurt many people, and you.
Side note, I knew somebody who worked at like Crate and Barrel or something like that. And so he was in the department where like bit large orders and then they would go and like arrange it at their house. he was doing a house next door to where Dina lived in Encino. And the neighbor was like, yeah, she fucking sings all the time. It's so fucking loud. Like, wish she'd shut the fuck up every now and then. Just like hated her.
Well, yeah, when you live up in the hills, there's not much going on. You can hear shit from miles probably. Yeah.
That's my nightmare. I lived next to an opera singer once in Salt Lake City, and he was a fine enough guy. I actually liked him just as a person, but the thing that was especially delightful was I would hear him doing vocal warm-ups in the mornings, and so I'd wake up and I'd hear him going over and over and over again for like 10 minutes. It was really fun.
It's a pretty good warm-up.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it accomplished, but I was like, yes.
Lucas, you have to do it too now.
I don't even think. No, absolutely not. This is my fucking podcast.
Dance, monkey.
Everett, what's your journey with sobriety?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been, I think it's been something like 13 years since I gave up the drink.
Wow.
I've kind of lost count. It is, time goes by.
Were you forced out or?
No, I knew when to call it. You know what I mean? I knew when to fold.
Yeah.
I was just a drinker. That was always my thing. I just drank to get fucking annihilated. There was never ever any there was maybe a brief period of like, oh, this is charming and social and fun, and I'm having fun with my fun friends.
Right.
And that was probably at age 15. You know what I mean? That's when that moment.
When you're first discovering, like, oh, I can feel different.
No, because that was at 14. At 15 is when the drinking was like, okay, oh, this is the quickest way to check out for a while.
Okay.
Fabulous. Let's get it. And so
Why were you wanting to check out? Can I ask that?
why was I wanting to check out? I was just an angsty teenager.
Just being a queer kid.
I was a gay homosexual.
Yeah.
I was a very gay child.
That's the worst kind. The gay homosexual.
His older sister listened to Sheryl Crow.
My sister
That's tough.
listened to Sheryl Crow's.
That's tough. Your mom is a delight from what I understand.
Yeah. Sidebar, I just ordered Sheryl Crow's The Globe Sessions audio CD for my car.
CDs are back.
I am so excited. Neither here nor there. Okay.
As a vinyl collector, I can't judge you too much.
Anyway, so yeah, and then when I got to college, the usual sort of I had a little bit of parental strife, as you do as a gay homosexual back in the Bush administration in the early Obama years. Lot of drinking, a lot of depression, and just for some reason, brainily, it never occurred to me, like, if I feel bad and depressed, is it necessarily good that I'm drinking an entire fucking 12 pack of Miller High Life? Does that seem like it's going to help? And that thought just never, the answer was never like, oh, I should probably dial it back. It was, nope, I'm going to keep drinking. I'm going to get into fights and I'm going to say horrible things to people. And then probably for another 10 years, maybe 8 years, let's keep doing it, see what happens. Maybe it'll get better. Never did.
But I think you need that time and especially because you were 23?
I was 23.
So how the fuck do you know? And I remember when the first time I drank alcohol socially, I was 17, and the goal was to black out. The goal was to be stupid. The goal was to get into and I grew up in the sticks. So I remember one time in college, we literally drove a beat up pickup truck, out in the woods into a tree. And we're like, that was hilarious. So what do you mean? You just crashed your fucking car. How's that? But you're young and dumb. So I think you need that time to kind of be stupid also and figure things out.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that managed to impress upon me that this was a bad decision was just that I kept getting into fights and,
Physical or verbal?
Physical.
Great.
You know me. I'm not a big dude.
I've never sung on me, so.
I'm not the biggest guy around.
That's not true. I've seen, never mind.
You stop it right now. You stop
I've
it.
seen that ass.
You better stop. But I, would go out, pick a fight, get the shit kicked out of me, as a man must in his youth.
Her mom.
My mom would just
kick your
my
ass.
mash. She would always turn the stones of her rings.
Stop.
But you either keep waking up on the floor of your apartment with bloody knuckles and a fucked up face and being like, yep, nothing wrong here. Or you can look in the mirror and you can see all of the little burst blood vessels because you've been puking. And you're like, oh, maybe if I keep at it, I can get better at this. But do I want to invest the energy?
Did that thought come across your head of like, I just have to build up my tolerance more?
No, never. There was never like, let me learn to live with this thing. It was always the realization just hit too hard. Like, oh, I'm going to keep getting the shit kicked out of me. I don't love that feeling the next day. And then I just,
But now
it's
just good foreplay.
now I can do it. Now I can flirt with getting the shit kicked out of me completely sober.
So yeah. And then remember all the
And
crazy
remember
shit you said.
every last horrible thing I said to David Voss specifically. Hi, David. And I just,
You, David.
David, I also woke up and just stopped drinking. I never went to treatment. I never did a 12-step. I never did anything.
Not a single step.
I never took a single step.
He has apologized to 0 people.
I have.
Made 0 amends this one. I can confirm.
You don't get crow's feet like that and have apologized.
Yeah, I quite literally just woke up and stopped drinking and have kept stopping drinking for 13 years since. Never felt a moment of like, I really wish I need a drink. I need a drink right now. That thought has never occurred to me.
Until you met me.
Even doing open mic comedy.
Wow, not even at deaf.
You have a really, really, this is a positive for you. When you set your mind on something, like not eating for 2 weeks, you can do it.
That's good.
I was a great beauty in my youth.
And listener, something you don't know about Jason is you are a musical theater queen as well. Well, I mean, I guess they know because your
They can tell.
rock bottom was if then.
They could tell.
I'm not so much like a musical theater queen. I like a very specific type of voice. And I happened to discover it in musical theater and then sort of branched out. Since
Very
then.
controversial of you is you don't like Hadestown.
I don't.
And I think that's crazy.
I'm so bored.
That show made me cry.
It
It's not on
was so boring. It made you cry because it was so boring.
When he turns around, I was like,
No, I hated it from the beginning. I didn't buy the love story. I thought it was so stupid.
Was it because it was an age gap?
No, it wasn't necessarily an age. No. Oh my God. That would have made it more delightful. I was like, there was no structure to it.
Oh.
I
Jason
thought the structure
loves
was
structure.
terrible.
Okay, which is why he's been committed to several institutions
Yeah.
to go through sobriety programs.
Yeah, name them. Where have I gone ever?
Promises, Malibu.
Exactly.
Betty Ford.
I like that you think I'm rich. Then I can go to Promises.
You need to be
Promises
rich.
is where the celebs go to
I know.
just like
You
chill
need
for a
to
month.
be disgustingly wealthy.
Disgusting.
I need you to achieve just astronomical wealth because it will unleash a new eldritch level of horror in you.
In me?
Yes, that the world needs in this moment.
Can I just tell you, the first time I had a video go viral, I had somebody come up to me at the gym and I was like, it's happening. Somebody's recognized me from the internet. My life has changed forever. I flipped my hair. Turns out she was just telling me that she was going to film herself and she wanted me to know I was going to be in the frame. And I was like, yeah, sorry, totally. Yeah, go for it. It's cool. I hate attention. So,
she's just like, I need that 15-pound weight.
yeah, totally. It was one of those, she didn't know anything. Yeah. 6 million views. And I was like, I'm done. I can't even go outside anymore.
So when you left rehab, did you have any cravings that you struggled with?
No.
No.
But I initially, when I was in rehab the first time, I was like, I'm just going to dry out, which just means you stop doing it for a little bit. For anybody who doesn't know. So I was like, I'm going to dry out for a month and then come back and I'm going to be like, party. And that's not what ended up happening. But so I started in inpatient. So I started in rehab. Actually went to the rehab that they filmed Celebrity Rehab.
Oh, damn it.
Girl interrupted. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, Celebrity Rehab. And
Okay, were you only in gripper socks the entire time or did they give you shoes?
as if
Rehab is not a psych ward.
it's not a psych ward.
That's all I know.
Yeah. So I've worked in
So that's your journey.
That's my journey.
I've worked in behavioral health for close to a decade, and I worked specifically in a treatment center. And so that was actually a huge preconceived notion I had. I was kind of scared. I was like, am I going to be okay? Like I remember on my first day, I asked my boss and he was like, where do you think you are? Do you think they have knives? Like
Arkham Asylum.
I was like, it's like they can just walk out and never come back. Like they don't have to stay here.
Yeah, that was not my experience with being confined, but
It's just a lot of
You were
cigarettes.
sent to a psych ward. Mama.
this is true.
Were you really?
I was, yeah.
72? 48.
What?
48 hour hold? 72.
Oh goodness. I don't know. Time runs together when you're
3 months?
inside. I don't know how long. It could have been 2 days. It could have been a week. I had
No
no idea.
shoelaces, though.
No, certainly no shoelaces.
We were allowed shoelaces.
You're not better than me.
I am.
At your rehab, how many people were there? Do you remember how many beds?
I'm trying to think. We were segregated. So there was like a fancy, yes. No, there was like a fancy side no, it wasn't in a woman. It was like rich versus poor.
Really?
So there was a rich side where like single beds, like you
The commercial insurances, self-pays probably.
yeah, definitely.
Wow.
And then there was like the poor side, and we had to share a room. And it was an old converted convalescent hospital.
Okay.
So like we shared a bathroom with the room next door, and it was crazy. But you know who was a counselor at my rehab too? Mackenzie Phillips.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Mamas and the Papas.
She works at
What?
Yeah. No, I would run into her at conferences all the time. She works at Breathe.
Yeah.
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Yeah. She was there.
And then the owner of Breathe, his husband is a very famous, he's like an EGOT winner. He works with Oprah. He did The Color Purple on Broadway. Movie producer. Anyway.
Yeah. So she was there. One of our other counselors dated Rick James. Like it was like
That is a weird thing about living in LA. It's like they very easily could have an Oscar and then, all of a sudden they're teaching you how to like stop snorting coke.
oh yeah. The AA meetings here I understand because I've only run into one celebrity who's been very outspoken about their sobriety. I've only run into one, but it's the who's who of.
So you go to AA then?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, I went for a year. So after I actually left my inpatient rehab ADA, which means against doctor's orders, and because
Jason's a maverick.
I had a job interview, and they weren't going to let me go have a job interview. Which, looking back on it now, that's just good comedy.
Yeah. Solid fundamentals.
Job interview, and then I was going to come back, and they like threw a fit, and then I left because my dad was like, "You need to have a job," and I was like, "Okay."
Residential, partial,
Residential.
residential.
Yeah, I think we had one person coming in who had like been there she'd been there previously, but then she like came back on Mondays for like a check-in meeting.
Oh, wow.
Which at the time I didn't know what that was because I'd only been in rehab for like a second, but
Sure.
now I know what that is. And then I went to an outpatient
Did you
program.
I mean, so aside from like the weekly sound bath and like, the massages and everything.
I like that you think I have the attention span to do either of those things.
Also, your idea of treatment is so funny.
I know, funny.
I'm
It's
assuming
8 hours of like literal counseling.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's just a kelp wrap and like a walk on like horseback riding.
And most
That's
of the
because
time,
you went to Promises, bitch.
like you're watching the Nicole Kidman Hulu show where they do like ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Did you get anything? Has anything from rehab that was, taught to you as a skill, has that stuck with you now? Have you learned anything from that experience?
Yeah, there's quite a few things. And so this is the only thing that's going to play into your weird notion of like what rehab is. But I learned how to meditate, and that was really helpful.
Yeah.
But like I think the thing that was most helpful is I got like intensive psychotherapy like twice a week.
Is that helpful?
It was really helpful. I was the first person in a program called it was an LGBT affirmative program, and I was the first person at this particular program, and I was by myself for the first 4 months. I was there for almost a year. What? Why are you laughing, you fucking dick?
Oh, sorry. When you said I was the only person, the first thought that occurred to me is like, because didn't nobody want to be near you?
Maybe.
No, the LGBTQ, the treatment center I worked at was LGBTQ specific, and it was like world famous. People go there from all over. But anytime a new program launches an LGBTQ thing, people are always like, I'm not one of the gays, even if they are. And so they don't want to get like segregated within the whole thing because it's like there's the gay group and then there's the straight group.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he went in the gay room.
Well, we were, we always commingled. Like it wasn't just like you go there and you go over there. We were always commingled, but it was like I had different groups than some of the others. But I learned how to meditate there. There were 3 different programs running at the same time. I forget what it's called. Refuge recovery. Then there was the traditional track, which is like the 12-step based. Then there was the LGBTQ affirmative.
Huh. So
Yes, I walked away with a deep knowledge of how to sit there for 20 minutes and do nothing.
I feel like you hear so many horror stories of trips through rehab, right? Like people go to rehab, they relapse, they rehab, they relapse, and then you always have to wonder at a certain point, like, what have I actually gotten from the experience? It sounds to me like you've actually learned and improved from rehab.
Thank you.
But that's probably because you wanted to get better.
Yeah. I mean, I worked on the some root cause stuff. I can't even look at Everett while
I'm being so super serious right now. I want to hear what you...
Being vulnerable in front of Everett is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
But like, I did work on some root cause stuff. So yeah, I mean, I did walk away with a better understanding of who I am. Not to say that I'm fixed. Like, there's a lot of work to be done.
And that's never that's never the goal of treatment either. It is like it's a spiritual disease. If you don't want to be there, you're going to get what you give into it or put into it.
I mean,
I was going
to say, what do you think is the difference between like choosing to go yourself versus being sent somewhere?
I think like what Lucas was talking about, like, it has to do with your desire, right? You're not going to start eating healthier unless you want to. So you have to be able to make the choice. Cause I do think at the end of the day, does boil down to a choice, whether or not you want to be sober or not, or, at least cut out the thing that is hurting you.
Yep. Right.
Or not. Like, so being sent there against your own will, as we saw with Britney Spears, like, it's just not going to stick, mama.
It's also, we are lucky to live in a city that isn't very, I mean, people party here, obviously, but drinking is kind of, I know so many people who do not drink living here. Whereas when I lived in the Midwest, it was like you were on your own island.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have beaches to look at,
No, see, well, and it gets cold there. So what the fuck else are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was lucky in that I lived in Salt Lake City. So nobody even once like, why aren't you drinking it ever? It just, that's part of the landscape. And then
you were getting your sodas with cream in it.
I was just a little spritz of lime.
What are those things? Those things sound disgusting.
A cream soda.
But they have like a whole thing. Never mind. Keep going.
But I don't know. I
just never seen milk and been like, it'd be good with this soda.
Is that the whole dirty soda?
Maybe this is either before or after my time in Salt Lake City. I have no idea. But even in Salt Lake, surrounded by Mormons and so completely out of my element and miserable in that job, even then I was like, I should probably pick up drinking again. Which sometimes you just the addictions got you. Sometimes you just were an asshole. Yeah. I was just an asshole.
The only time I miss drinking is if I'm at some sort of swanky, like, I haven't been to an art gallery in fucking 2 years, so this is a dumb thing, but I remember being at an art gallery and they were carrying around trays of free champagne, and I was like, oh, this is awkward. I'm like one of 60 and I'm at this swanky event and I have like, I don't know, it's more, in that case, it's just a social lubricant, but like certain instances like that. Or actually 3 months into me getting sober, I flew home with my dog and
in first class,
maybe. And
she's got diamonds on her collar.
And the guy next to me, I was like, hey, I hope you're okay. He's like, no, I'm like thrilled, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, are we going to get drunk on this flight together? He was another gay. And I was like,
another gay.
Oh, wow.
I really wanted to get drunk with him though.
Oh dear. At altitude?
I had never gotten like fucked up in first class on a plane.
It just How much damage can you really do in like 3 or 4 hours though?
A lot.
Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of the guy getting like taped down? Yeah. He thinks he sees a ghost or something.
Yeah, that's you don't need to drink at altitude like you drink normally, like a Midwesterner.
I mean, I know that I do sometimes, I get jealous of other people who are like, doing coke and stuff like that. I really do miss pills.
Oh,
like ecstasy.
Like the Flintstones one?
Ecstasy was like my shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jewels. At the time, it was a lot of Pokemon. Like, do you want Charizard? Do you want a Pokeball?
I should not do hallucinogen. I'm high strung, anxious enough. Like, I should not. The come down, and that's really why I quit drinking, was the anxiety would last weeks of like, okay, I have to apologize to this person. They're so mad at me. And then when I go to do it, they're like, you're fine. And I'm like, he's lying. He's not fine. He's not going to talk to me. Like, I'm like, it just is not worth it.
I mean, dude, like, I don't think I have any cute stories of what I was drinking. Like, my my friends would have cute stories of like, I blacked out and then this happened. And now I have $100 in my pocket. Mine was always like, I, passed out on the lawn and called my friend a cunt. Like,
Yeah.
I got scratched by a cat. Like, it's something stupid. They're not cute.
No.
Stories.
Mine was I was good for like 3 or 4 life collapses a year. It was like a quarterly breakdown. But I would drink every weekend with my friends. That was what we would do. We would go to the clubs, we would go to the bars, like very normal. And like I would drink and whatever, and everything would be fine until that event. And then I'd be like just in shame for 3 months until the next event happened.
Did you have any cute stories over it? Besides grabbing your passport and going across the bay?
I was sober when I did that.
Oh, wow.
No, that was maybe the other thing that really struck me was like, these stories just get so fucking boring to hear them.
Yeah.
Once over the age of 21, if somebody wants to tell you a story that's like, I got so drunk last night, get me the fuck out of here.
Totally.
I do not give a single shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has ever been said that was funny in a drunk story ever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And I realized maybe this was, I don't know, this is obviously long before I started doing comedy, but I realized, like, oh, well, a lot of wind up before we're getting to any sort of a punch, and the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Totally.
And that, I don't know, I guess if you have even an ounce of self-awareness and you can listen to it, you're like, oh, I'm actually not charming and lovely and fun while I'm drinking.
No.
And the only reason that somebody might confuse me for being charming and funny while I'm drunk is because I'm physically small, and it's funny to watch a physically small homosexual get into a fist fight or try to get into a fist fight with people. You know what I mean?
Old people.
With
I forget drinking happens. Like I will be at an event where I'm like, I know drinking is happening, but then I forget that other people got drunk.
Yes.
Like this happened at like a wedding. Like I didn't realize everyone was wasted at my best friend's wedding. And I was like, why are they acting like that? And it just didn't occur. I was like, oh
yeah.
She fell down the stairs because she was drunk. Oh, okay. I got it. Like yeah.
I actually kind of love when other people get drunk around me, so as long as they're not like throwing punches and shit. But
thank you.
It can be annoying, but it also it's a good reminder of why I don't do that.
I hate being around people who are drunk now. If you've even had just like a couple glasses of wine, you got a little color in your cheeks and you're a little loopy, get the fuck away from me. I have just because I'm expecting the turn. There's always going to be that moment where it turns ugly. Something's going to, some comment's going to hit them wrong, and all of a sudden they're like, what?
I think,
makes me want to crawl out of my skin.
I have a lot of friends, though, who are genuinely so funny and giggly and sweet and nice. Like, they get nicer from drinking. They get funnier. And so I'm like, yeah, if you don't have a problem with that, I think your come down's going to be bad because it's bad for everyone. But if you can keep your life together and not crash cars into buildings, like,
I know what a volatile drunk I was, where I could be having a good time, but if somebody just like looked at me wrong, whatever cascade that started of dominoes, of stupid decision dominoes in my brain, or like bad conclusion dominoes, it just always ended up in like a disaster every time. And it just, that's all. The other night I was at the bar, very, very drunk man next to my friend, as my friend and I were, oh my God, this is all relevant, I promise. There was a show at a bar here in LA, and a female comic pepper sprayed somebody in the audience.
Yeah. Were you there?
No, I was not.
Okay.
Friend of the pod, Dylan Adler, was, however. Hi, Dylan. We hope you're feeling better after that pepper spraying.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was performing, and she just like pepper sprayed
the whole bar.
No, there was a man leaving at the time, and she went to pepper spray him, and Dylan happened to be standing.
Why did she pepper spray him?
Well, she had a bee in her bonnet about him being there. I don't know any of the details. All I know is people got pepper sprayed. So I was recounting the story with a friend of mine, and there's a drunk next to my friend, very drunk, so drunk he can't even focus his eyes. And he just turns around to look at us, and he's clearly trying to focus on what we're saying because he wants to add into the conversation. Mary, when I tell you, watching this man, I was ready to take him down. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. He's unpredictable, very drunk. I was in red alert. Like, I either need to get out of here right now, or I need to like neutralize this threat. I went SEAL Team 6 in my brain somewhere, and I'm not SEAL Team anything. You know what I mean?
I've seen you.
It's such a disproportionate anxiety response from me just at the presence of a drunk here. Like I really was, metaphysically and physiologically at red alert.
Yeah, I suppose there's a state in which someone's gone. Then maybe I might transfer to like, oh yeah, you might be a problem for people's safety, and then that's annoying. But ultimately, I'm like, if you're just like being kind of sloppy and whatever, a mess, I'm like, well, you do you. Like if you're like stumbling on West Hollywood laughing with your friends, like
even
go
that,
off.
I don't want it. But I mean, the guy he kept asking us clarifying details that we had said numerous times.
Sure.
And then when we go to leave, he gives us both a big hug, as you do when you're drunk. But he goes to give me a hug, but he hits me just wrong with the hug where his nose ended up fully inside my ear.
Oh my God.
It was so, I still feel his nose in my ear. It was so awful.
The thing about you is you have a bottle of wine right up there. What's that about, Everett?
Well, Mama's been cooking. Okay. Been deglazing a lot of pans around this house.
Deglazing?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's when you're cooking some meat and then you get the fond down in the bottom of the pan, and then that's all that beautiful concentrated flavor down.
Got it.
Just did myself a pork shoulder and a Mexican chili paste. All right. There's a lot of fond there at the bottom of the pan. Pour yourself in some beer or I do have beer in the refrigerator because I've been cooking a lot of fancy feasts. You know this. I've been drinking. I cook dinners for comics, sometimes even Abby Rosemark. And hi, Abby. You're coming to dinner soon, I promise. And people will
I have not been invited back for a long time.
Enough about that. So here we go. People leave booze in my refrigerator all the time because they'll bring it by for a big dinner. And I almost always am like, what the fuck do I do with this? I got to cook with it. That's all I can do. I'm not fucking drinking the shit.
Sure.
And so I've got 3 bottles of Stella in the refrigerator right now that neither of you are going to take. Somebody actually left a rack of beer, Tecate beer here and nobody drank it at the dinner. And everybody took all the other drinks, but nobody took the beer away. And I was like,
It's probably because it wasn't open.
Well, yeah, it wasn't opened. It was just, a full 12 rack. I was like, I can't cook with this much beer. Like,
Right.
I'm not going to keep it. So I just set it on the curb.
I had a liter of Tito's in my back or in my trunk for like, I don't know how long, but I just took it out like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I left that on the sidewalk for some...
I truly have no idea whose that is or how that could have got there. I'm like, was a homeless person sleeping in my trunk for who knows long?
It's
Just your dog.
But
It was Stevie. Yeah. But yeah, so, there you go. You can use the poison to make it delicious. Okay. And that's what I do with beer now is I cook with it.
Do you know what's such a bummer with a lot of these new fancy beers? Because they weren't around when I was a kid and I was drinking. They look so cool. There's some really cool looking beer cans, and they deceptively look like soda. Like my dad had a couple cans of beer in the fridge, and I thought it was like a soda. So I went to go open it, and I took I smelled it, and I was like, this smells weird. Took a little sip, double checked the can. I was like, oh, this is alcohol. I had to toss it.
Another comic brought by non-alcoholic IPA.
Oh, sure.
And those are still in the refrigerator as well. What are your thoughts on non-alcoholic but still booze flavored drinks?
You kind of said this a little bit earlier. I was never drinking alcohol because it tasted particularly good.
I tried one of these non-alcoholic IPAs just because she brought it over. She spent money on it. Might as well have one. I was horrified by the taste.
Yeah.
Because I loved a fucking IPA. When I was a drinker, I would do I'd get a sixer of Dogfish Head IPA. Shout out Dogfish. You have powered some of my most destructive blackouts. And I would drink maybe 3 of them. And at that point, it was the Obama years. I was 120 pounds soaking wet. I was good and soused by probably 2.5 of these, but I get to open the third and be like, well, I got through half. I better drink the rest of them.
Yeah.
So IPA.
Me and a pizza.
Yeah. I don't like. There's Spindrift also has a mango, which tastes exactly like beer. It's actually unsettling and
interesting.
Hate it so much.
I never
The
really
kombuchas do too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I never really got into beer. I was always just like a liquor girl.
Well, you're just so gassy normally.
Well, now I feel like if I were still drinking, I would fully be in my like beer flight era in the middle of the day, asleep by 7. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about the beer restaurant I worked at with that bad restaurant review.
I worked at a beer bar too, 48 beers on tap. I used to know a bunch of shit about it.
Yeah, that was just a level of lore I could never, ever get into. But
I used to never work at a beer bar.
but all that's just to say the taste of booze, even now, is still enough of like a
trigger?
No. What's the opposite of a trigger? I don't know. It's like a
Revolt. It's like a
yeah. I have a deep like I don't want anything to do with that. Yeah. Even that Spindrift mango, it tastes like I hate every second of this. It just takes me somewhere. Grippy socks, fluorescent lighting. I don't want to be here.
Jason, since you did AA, did you have a sponsor?
I had a couple, but I scared them. I
would sang too much.
No. I was such a heavy smoker back then too. I was crazy. See, that was like one thing about getting sober is like my fixations moved. So like then it became about getting off of cigarettes, which was another journey. But I had a couple of sponsors and I was so vehemently, and I still am vehemently atheist, that like one of my sponsors was like, yeah, I'm nervous to talk about my higher power around you. And I was like, good. Yeah. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. That's crazy. But, so I did have a couple sponsors. I made it to step 7.
And what step is that?
Step 7 is the one right after where you come up with a list of people who've wronged you.
Oh, I do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Step 6, is that it? I love step 6.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
Wait, but what is step 7?
It's telling somebody. So it's telling your sponsor.
Oh, I do that all the time.
And then I felt,
and
I felt really uncomfortable without just like, oh, wait. No, maybe it's the one where you say all the bad shit you've done.
I feel like that's a little more in the spirit of AA. Is you make a list of people you've wronged.
You do the other one then.
You do both.
You do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was the one where, that's right. It's the one where I was like, here's all the bad shit I did. And then like, I was going through the list of everything that I've done that I was like admitting to this person. I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. This feels really weird. I don't know you well enough to be like, here's some deep, dark secrets about me and my past. And part of it, now that I'm older and have more wherewithal, is like, some sleeping dogs should stay.
Yeah.
Whatever the phrase is.
No, I hear you. I agree with that, because sometimes you're like, okay, I could apologize for something I did that was shitty 13 years ago, but that person has a family, lives 10 states away, has fully moved on. They might think nothing of it, or they might have to relive that.
Yeah.
And I don't have a particular story that comes to mind with that, but I can see where some people be like, yeah, I don't know if I should contact the woman whose child I ran over. Like,
yeah. Or like, I'm going to call my mom and talk to my mom and obviously be like, yeah, sorry, it was a fucking nightmare. But like, I'm not going to call Charlie, who, I've harassed when I was drunk that one time, whatever it was. We didn't hear anything about your sobriety at all. Like, how did we got there? Because we know
it's your rock bottom.
We know the Lord came and endowed him with.
Yeah. The final straw, the last drink I had was at my friend Maddie's bachelorette party. We went to Tulum. Maddie is my longtime best friend. I've known her since first grade. She's a lifer. And I made her entire bachelorette party about me pretty much because I just got wasted like on our last night.
Well, you have to.
Then I went to her room, stormed away. It was like a stupid ass thing. It's not like I drove my car off a bridge or hurt anyone, but like Maddie was trying to reason with me. She's like, oh, you're drunk, because I wanted to go and get street food, and it was like 3 a.m, and she's like, I was with a bunch of girls. They're like, we don't feel safe going outside right now, and like you're drunk,
a faggot.
And I just was like, of course you think I'm drunk, as I was already insecure about my drinking.
Yeah.
And so then we just got into this huge fight. She's bawling the next morning. Has so much anxiety. In Tulum on her bachelorette party.
Where's Tulum?
It's in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the border.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. And so I remember
it's near Scranton.
And so that's not even the worst thing I did drunk, or like my most embarrassing thing. It is really bad. And we've obviously, her and I are really good friends, so we've recovered. But like, I just remember being like, I'm sick of having to apologize for this shit. Like, I've been doing this now for 10 years. Like, I know if I keep doing this, like, it's just not going to work out.
So no treatment. You just were
no treatment.
Wow.
White knuckled.
Crippling anxiety. I never had like a craving though. Like I never once woke up and was like, I need a drink today. It was always just, I'm going to this event. I'm going to drink at this event. And so, yeah, I don't miss it at all. I definitely have addictions. Like can't stop biting my nails.
Ladies.
That's kind of my only one, though. The gym.
I can't stop working out.
Yeah.
All this protein powder
Yeah.
going through my brain.
Just addicted to prayer.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's probably better that either of you didn't go to treatment, because treatment success rates are astoundingly low.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
and I had worked in treatment, so I feel like I always had a lot of shame around getting like drunk, because at this point I was working in a treatment center, and so I'm like, how can I get drunk and then preach sobriety for other people who need help, the same help that I myself need? So it was always a weird song and dance of shame, and my friends would always be like, but you're fine, you just get drunk like other people. And I'm like, yeah, but it's different when you're like around other people who are trying to get, so I don't know. So I had that whole song and dance too of guilt and shame, and
Yeah.
but I also was able to reap the benefits of what I had learned working in a treatment setting. So I never actually went, but I was sat through groups, and I listened to advice, and I heard stories that some, were really extreme, and some were more like mine. And I was able to learn from others. So I feel like I went to treatment without spending 60 grand. So
Give me an example. What did you learn? What's a bit of advice that you've held on to?
shame and secrecy feed addiction.
Oh, that's good.
So if you have shame of something, if there's something, to your point, and that's why the steps are so important, is telling someone, I'm sorry, is like an acknowledgement of the thing you did. If you haven't done that, you know that you have to apologize. You just haven't done it. So it's creating this like, I don't know, bubble of anger, resentment, sadness, whatever it is. And then that's what fuels drinking.
And that's not something I understood, because it's like it eats away at you. So if you have an issue with it, go apologize. It's not for them, it's for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it's like not something you've thought about, just, you don't have to say shit.
Well, and additionally, that's why you should forgive too, because it's not about
No.
like allowing someone to get off the hook. It's about literally just letting go of that anger, because that feeds it.
I held on to grudges.
I've also learned everyone's just doing the best they can. And sometimes their best is really fucking bad. But ultimately, we're all just trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I guess. I mean, I don't mean that doesn't flip it. I just mean like, yeah, I guess that is true.
You're just so much better than all of us. So
That is 1,000% not the way that sentence was going to end. What you say about shame is, I like, shame has its uses. I feel like it has
Totally.
a very limited shelf life, though. Like there's a brief window period where it can lead you to change behavior, but if you keep using it, it becomes radioactive. And I don't know what that window period is necessarily. It could be 3 weeks. And then anything past 3 weeks is like, you probably should find a different impetus to change.
Shame is why I quit drinking. I was ashamed of my behavior. So I do think it's a productive emotion most of the time.
it's healthy shame.
But growing up being ashamed of your sexuality, you can see how that fuel your drinking. And so it's like, why would I be ashamed of something I have absolutely no control over?
Yeah, that's toxic. Just as
Having
healthy.
shame over something you can control,
Like your sexuality.
like my drinking.
Oh, that's
I can't control my sexuality.
I think you can. I think you
You can choose where to
Dragging
put your
this
penis.
wagon? No, I can't. No, I can't.
Look at that dumb trick.
Jason, have you found shame to be a useful inspiration for you
Yes.
in your daily life, in your comedy? Where?
Yes. Personal life, as you talked about the healthy shame of like, oh, I need to do this so I can stop feeling like this. That's been helpful. I like to talk about my insecurities and things on stage as like a way to like work it out, make sense of it. If I can make it funny, it doesn't hold as much power.
Would you say that you can sort of stand up for your power that way?
This has been a great time.
We're going to have to edit that out.
This has been great.
I love what you're saying though, and I think a lot of comedians try to walk that line and do a really terrible job. But that's the whole point of comedy is talking about your insecurities and the darker stuff and emancipating the shame from other people who are experiencing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you proud of yourself for that one?
Proud of myself.
That's good. And also being kind of having negative experiences with drinking. Have you ever found like, okay, I fucked this up. I was really embarrassing this day, but it opened the door for my friend to take care of me? Or like, I then was able to glean some sort of gratitude from like I was taken care of.
No, that was never the case.
No.
I have a drunk story. I went up to a bachelor party in Nashville on the flight home.
Get at your friends all the time.
I really don't. I've had more popular times in my life, but on the way home, we woke up that morning, started drinking, drank the entire day. Our flight was like at 6 p.m. I tried to board the flight. I was so drunk, I couldn't even pull my ticket up on Delta. The gate agent, I still remember her being like, "You just have to show me your ticket." And I was like, "Can you help?" And she was like, and my friend had already boarded on the plane. So I was like all by myself.
Home Alone, Nashville.
She's like, "It's okay. We'll book you in the morning, but like, you're going to be fine. We'll get you like and I was like,
that was good of her. That was good of her to be.
So she was so sweet. And I remember her just trying to help me.
This is Delta?
Yeah.
Shout out Delta for patience.
And she works at Nashville. So I'm sure this happens more often than, maybe I would assume, being the drunken fool I was. But then I remember me being like, "Well, my friend boarded," and she's like, "Would you want me to try and go get him?" And I was like, "No, but like yeah."
No, but yeah.
So my friend Sam, who's one of my best friends, I love him to death. He got off the plane. He was obviously really upset, but he like stayed with me. And then I remember like crying that whole night, just being so upset and so ashamed.
We would never speak again.
So, but that's what I'm saying is like, I'm so grateful for him because that was such an act of like kindness that I didn't deserve but was given.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and so when I look back on that experience, it's humiliating, but like I'm gonna like I'm so grateful.
Tearing up.
No, I am like, because I'm so grateful, like, because I just fell flat on my face and like had someone pick me up. And like,
Sam, you're a real mensch.
he is, and he's coming here in like a month. Lucas is, I'm so excited.
Lucas is trying to hold my hand through all this.
No, I'm actually pulling away from both of you because I know I'm not. I'm like trying really hard not to cry.
And the hands have disappeared.
Your
Lucas.
my other friends, they'd be crying, but I'm like, wrong time for that. But no, I'm grateful because I fell flat on my face and I was loved through it.
You know, you bring up something that's very important, especially when it comes to, if you've got an addiction, if you've got whatever your problem, your substance problem is, if you're addicted to open mic comedy, sometimes you can find yourself being just as awful and as shit-tastic as you think you're capable of being, or just at your lowest. And somebody, a friend of yours, or maybe even somebody who's not even a friend, can show up and be like, "No, we're going to get through this." And that is a fabulous, fabulous sensation, and an excellent moment, because it really shows you this person is, maybe you're going to be friends forever, maybe you'll be friends just for a month, whatever. But, experiencing that kindness is important.
Which
right?
is just like drinking.
Well,
What
what I
are
mean to say
drinking
is just that
friends?
if you are able to recognize when that happens, if you're able to see that somebody will sit in the dark with you, in that, maelstrom with you. Specifically, I'm thinking of an open night comedy.
Big words.
I know. I got that liberal arts education. I better sound like I paid for it.
Yes.
You can find really good people by your side that way. And
Well, and those are the best friends, are the people who show up for you when you're at your lowest. I think of all of the people who have stayed in my life long term aren't because we have fun at bonfires together. You should know.
we're not just tossing the old pig skin around on the beach.
That's really and truly who matters. It's not about like who looks hot next to you in the photo so you can get 400 likes on Instagram. It's about
Okay, you're looking directly at me. That's so crazy.
Jason is too famous for that. Okay, you can't.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Denisha followed me on TikTok.
Oh, hell yes. Friend of the pod, Denisha, we're going to have you on soon. All that's to say is, if for my part, I never had, I shouldn't say never. I've certainly had friends who have, coddled me through a drunken, ridiculous night. Nobody's gotten off a flight they've already boarded for me to stay in Nashville. That to me seems like above and beyond.
Yeah. That was, don't. I'm literally, it's like trying not to cry. So.
But what I mean to say is that, we maybe as a sober little lady myself,
Dainty little bird
that I am, I have shown up for other people in that way, even against like my own better judgment in some cases, where I couldn't necessarily tell her like, yeah, this is a great idea, that I'm going to go and intervene, or that I'm going to go and throw the brakes on this thing, but I still did it anyway. And maybe that's the only thing you really have to offer is if you have been a fall down drunk who was tedious, awful, and stupid like I was. And, many are. If you can shape up and fly right, you might actually be the one person who can do that for somebody else in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
find, my response to you, Lucas, is my response would have been different a decade ago versus today.
Yeah.
Because I think if I was getting on a flight with you and you were drunk today, I would have been like, well, for consequences. I would have been like, see ya.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But 10 years
out of Nashville.
Yeah. But like 10 years ago, I might have been like, okay, let's get through this together. It all depends and it all changes. But I do find that depending on the person, I can be pretty patient. I got into a tiff with a friend of mine recently, and she was coming out with all kinds of ire, and I was just like, that's hard.
Well, and I think it really depends too, because he's a really good close friend of mine, so he had known that I had insecurities about my drinking, and he had known where I was mentally. There are some people where that they're not going to change their behavior. I think he knew my time was limited as far as like drinking goes.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
you're
No.
dying.
Yeah. No.
Is there something you want to tell us?
But I've had friends call me and ask me to get them out of a bind that I know they got themselves in because they've done it a million times before, where I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm enabling them to continue. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do money anymore for that reason. I won't help with money.
Did you make a lot of friends through like AA and getting sober?
No.
Certainly didn't make friends with Alicia Silverstone, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. And
Just bring up Batman and Robin. She was Batgirl.
was she really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
George Clooney was Batman with the nipples. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I ran into
Bummer she's MAGA.
I ran into her at Hollywood Fringe of all places because I think her assistant was in this stupid fucking show. It's
Isn't it interesting not to talk? I mean, obviously she made a fuck ton of money from Clueless, the Batman movies. She's a big deal, but she more or less went away for the last 15 years. She's kind of doing more roles, but she has an assistant for what?
Wait, are we thinking of Melissa Joan Hart's?
Nope.
Okay.
Is Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
She's MAGA.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
MAGA. Awful.
And like super Christian. It's a thing with all those kids stars.
Yeah, she's like the Devin Franco of the straight world.
To our straight listeners, do not
Google that.
Devin Franco.
Okay.
Writing that down, Devin.
I think this took a turn.
It took a turn, but you know what, Jason? Thank you so much for being here today. We have loved having you on.
Thank you.
I think you are kind of the catalyst that brought me with this little lady here. So
You're welcome.
I send you hate mail.